Okay, so this is a quick concept video for Bryan's standard combo ender, which is back 3 forward 2 1. So in Tekken 8, it has become necessary for us to sidestep right, tap forward, and then after that do the ender so that we can get it to connect. And this is kind of a follow-up from Ty's video, TyTekken's video, where he explains how to do that ender, which I'll demonstrate very quickly right here. Sidestep right, tap forward to cover a little bit of distance, and then the standard combo ender for Bryan will connect. Initially, when we troubleshooted all of these things, kind of at the beginning of Tekken 8, we thought there was an axis issue, because Bryan's new tornado, the snake step 2-4, puts your opponent slightly off axis to the right, and we thought that that was the reason why we needed to sidestep right into the back 3-2-1 in order to prevent it from whiffing. But from my own testing, I found that actually it's not an axis issue, it is a timing issue, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Okay, so to demonstrate why this is a not an axis issue, but rather a timing issue, I have Reina here because she's one of the smaller characters, so if combos don't land on her, it won't really land on anyone else. So you see, in combos like this, she is a little bit off axis to the right, but still largely straight on. But with my 3+4 combo, she's very off axis to the right. So if the reason that the ender is whiffing is because she's off axis to the right, then only sidestepping right would get this combo to land, as we see here. But you'll realize that even if I only tap forward, I still get the combo. In fact, I can even sidestep left, which I just did there. It was a very micro sidestep left, but yes. Let me see if I can get a bigger one. See? So, if this was really just purely an axis issue, neither of those would have worked. Only sidestepping right should have worked, given how off axis she was. So from here, we can see that there's a little bit more going on here than just the axis problem. Okay, so what's happening here, right, is actually two things. One has to do with the tornado state, and the second thing has to do with the delay from Snake Eyes activation. So with Snake Eyes, right, you can't move for a few frames while the activation is happening. But if you already have Snake Eyes, you can move immediately, right? And it's a combination of the delay caused by the activation, plus the time taken to sidestep right and tap forward that puts us at the correct timing to pick up with back 3, right? And the reason for that is the tornado state. So you see in Tornado in Tekken 8, right, when Reina's head hits the floor, her feet don't fall immediately. They kind of bounce back up a little bit, and then after that they start to fall. And then for some reason, if you pick them up with back 3 immediately, the hurt boxes are shifted out of the way. But if you let the feet start to fall first and then pick up, the hurt boxes are in the correct position and the 2-1 ender hits. So for example, if I just dash in like that, and I don't wait for the feet to start to fall, the ender will whiff. See? But if I just wait, and I let the feet fall, then that hits, even though I don't sidestep right. See? Feet come down, land the back 3, and it hits. And that's without sidestepping right. And as I showed you earlier, it happens even if you sidestep left. And that's really because it's the timing. Coincidental, like, you need the back 3 to coincide with the legs falling of your opponent, right? If it's not at the right time, it will whiff. Okay, so like I said earlier, it puts us at the correct timing if we wait for the Snake Eyes activation and then sidestep right forward into the back 3, right? So if that's already doing it for us, then why is it important, right? And like you probably figured right now, it's because of what happens if you already have Snake Eyes, right? You definitely still don't want the combo to drop, but if I sidestep right forward on immediate timing, I will whiff, right? I'm gonna show you again just so that you know it's not a fluke. Right? It will whiff. But regardless of the combo that you do, if you wait for the correct timing, it will land. Like you saw just now, I waited for the feet to fall. Right? And the reason for that is because if you notice with our regular combos, the point at which I am allowed to move after the Snake Eyes happens, you saw I buffered that sidestep, was right around the time that Reina's head touched the ground, right? So that becomes our marker for getting the combo right. You let your opponent's head touch the ground, and then you move. What I also do in order to just ensure that no matter what I always am kind of in range, is I let Bryan travel slightly forward in the snake step, like just a microsecond, and then I hit the 2-1 ender. And that really helps with getting this sorted out. Wow, I messed that up. Yeah. So you can use either the hit touching the ground as your marker to move, either dash in and do your back 3 or then input your sidestep forward very quickly. Or you can do what works best for me personally, which is I just do that and then wait for the legs to come down and then input my back 3 once I visually see them start to come down. You'll get the timing sooner or later, but you can choose whichever one of these methods helps to make this the most consistent for you. Okay, so I'm going to talk about two niche situations here, right? One is when you need to optimize your combos in order to reach the wall because of the direction that you're facing. And the second one is when you're really off axis to the right? Which can happen for Bryan if, let's say, for example, I do way too deep a sidestep on my forward 3, which sometimes can cause the ender to whiff, especially if I sidestep right, which I'm clearly not doing here. Yeah, something like that, right? So in situations like that, you could just replace it with a single forward tap or forward dash in or even a sidestep left. And then another situation is in this case, right? So let's say I do my dash correctly, but I'm at a diagonal angle, and so because of that, I don't quite reach the wall, right? But knowing this concept of timing, I can actually sidestep left instead, and I hit the wall, because I know that I'm not going to reach the corner, so instead I sidestep left to align me here and get myself to that wall, right? This is going to matter less for scrub ranks, which obviously I am, but in high level gameplay and especially in tournaments and stuff, this is really going to, these little optimizations are what can make the difference between closing the round and not closing it. And I was actually clued into this because I remember when I was watching Knee's online matches, there were a few occasions where he actually sidestepped left instead of right in order to align himself with the wall and get this ender. So I think he actually has an understanding that this is timing based rather than axis based, but I don't think he's explicitly talked about it or put out a video about it. But yeah, that's basically all that needs to be covered for this. Don't feel the need to subscribe. I'm not really trying to be a YouTuber or a Tekken YouTuber or anything. This is really just sharing knowledge that I found. Maybe there are other people who have videos on this, maybe I just missed them. But yeah. Have fun practicing this. Hopefully this helps you land your combos more consistently and deal with online latency and shit, just because you have more flexibility in the way you can end your combos. Yeah, good luck guys.